Have you ever looked at a Docker file and wondered what actually happens when Docker reads this instruction? So friends, in this video, instead of reading documentation, let's visualize every single line of a Docker file and watch our container come to life. Let's begin. So the first instruction that we have is from node:20-alpine. So this is the base image on top of which we are going to build our application's image. Think of it as a foundation. It tells Docker which base image to start with. So node:20-alpine means Node.js 20 version, and Alpine Linux is used as a operating system. It's a lightweight image size. Now you can question me that why we are using node image over here, because this is the Docker file that we have picked from our previous video in which we use React application to understand Docker, and React needs node and npm to start. That's why. So this is going to pull the image from Docker Hub, that is the registry. Now let's have a look at the another instruction, that is work_dir/app. So this means that it is going to create a folder called /app inside the container and set it as the current working directory. And after this line, every command is going to run inside the /app. So friends, think of it as mkdir/app and cd/app. It's equivalent to these two commands. Now the next step is to copy package start.json space /. So over here we are going to copy package.json and package-log.json inside our /app, that is from our local machine into the container's current directory, that is /app. Now you can question me why we are only copying package.json and package-log.json over here and not the entire folder structure. So it's kind of a small optimization that we are doing over here so that Docker can cache the dependency installation layer, and if later we change the React code, Docker won't reinstall all the packages. Next instruction that we have is run npm install. So it's a simple instruction that will simply install all the dependencies that are listed in package.json. Cool. Now the next step that we have is copy .space. So what we are doing over here, we are copying the entire project into the container. First dot means current local directory. Second dot means the destination, that is current container directory, that is /app. So now our application code is copied. Next, move on to the next step, that is expose -73. We are not exposing anything over here. It's just kind of a documentation purpose that our application listens on port 5173. And you must know that Veed's default development port is also 5173. Now the command that you can see over here, docker run -p 5173:5173 and my -app, which is the name of our image. So friends, this is known as port mapping. So the first port that you can see is host port, second port is container port. Cool. And the first port you can like use anything like 5174 or 5175. So what we are doing over here is like our React application is running inside the Docker container on port 5173, but our browser runs outside Docker on our computer. So over here we are connecting both ports together so that the traffic can be routed to our browser. The last command that we have is npm run dev --then --host. So this is the command that runs when the container starts. But this will npm run dev, it listens only on inside the container on localhost, right? Which means our browser cannot access it. This -host means it's actually forwarding traffic to our browser so that we can access it. So friends, this is going to start the dev server. Now let's understand few things. So this is the Docker image, and this is the command with the help of which you can build the Docker image, docker build -t to give a name or tag to our Docker image, my-app:version, that is latest. So when we run this command, Docker is going to run all these instructions, right, that we have listed in our Docker file. And after this, once the Docker image is created, then you can simply run your docker run command that I showed you previously, and cool, finally your application is live and your container is running. You can easily access your app on this particular URL, that is http://localhost:/port, that is 5173. So friends, if you want the more practical knowledge from coding point of view, then I've already created this video. You can go and check it out. We have created an image. Okay, we have written the Docker file over here. Then we have also run our container, and we have like push the image to Docker Hub registry. Then we have pulled the image from Docker Hub. Then we are running our container and we are doing end-to-end flow. So friends, if you have learned something new from this video, then don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.